Hey YouTubers, Hike with Mike here. Of course, it's Labor Day weekend. What better place to be than in the swamp? Labor Day weekend. A busy weekend. A lot of people doing things. I'm heading out for a night in the swamp. And since it's a holiday weekend, that means it'll probably be pretty loud. There'll probably be a lot of airboats out today and tonight. So I'll have lots of airboat noise, but it's alright. It's always good to be out in the woods. With all the rain we had this summer and the storms, the water levels in the swamp are really up high. I remember a few years ago when it was really dry, I could walk about halfway out through there and it wasn't too bad. But now, that's probably about just where those clouds are. Reflecting is probably about 3 feet deep, so I ain't going in that. So it's nice to see the water up. I always like changes. The dry seasons, the wet seasons. It's all good. Like my boy Henry David Thoreau says, there is no bad weather, just different types of weather. Knucklehead me forgot to bring an extra pair of hiking shoes and an extra pair of socks. I wanted to go off of the forest roads here. I still might a little bit. I just don't want to get my shoes and socks too wet because it's really swampy conditions when you get off of these roads. And I don't want to be walking around barefoot around a campsite that's used by a lot of people. I'm not at a backcountry one today, so always forget something. It never fails. There's always one thing you always forget when you go out camping. But it's beautiful out. It's nice to see the blue sky because we've had a lot of rainy days. So hopefully we'll be rain free today and tonight. That would be nice. I really wish I had my other pair of hiking shoes and an extra pair of socks. This is one of my favorite hiking trails to hike. Even in the dry season, it's fairly wet, but the entire trail must be pretty wet, and it's only going to get deeper as I go because we had a lot of rain yesterday, and yeah, man. I so want to hike it because it's a beautiful trail, but I know I'll be walking around in bare feet at the campsite, drying out everything, and I just don't want to do that. So another day, fall's coming, the dry season's coming. I'll get back here for sure. You know what's strange about today is I haven't heard the whirl of that annoying buzz of a mosquito. Haven't seen any mosquitoes. And this is just a theory I have. Yesterday we had driving rain for hours, really hard rain. And my theory is the rain killed all the mosquitoes. So we have a little reprieve of a day or two before all of the larvae that's in here emerges from the swamp and flies off and a new generation of mosquitoes begin. But I'll have to remember that next time if there's a driving rain to come out. It might be a little reprieve from getting eaten alive out here in the swamp. I was thinking about crossing this little log here and going into the woods. It looks really rotted though and sketchy. And also, this is a fire ant mound. I don't know, those of you up north know what they're like, but watch this. That's what happens as soon as you step in one. Thousands of them come crawling up and they're on your legs and everything else. I actually was swamp hiking one time, and they all, in the water, they will all connect together and create a raft. And I walked right into a raft of fire ants, and that wasn't pleasant, but you can see how quickly they emerge. And they'll be on me within another minute or so. So I'm going to end this now. This is a fairly dry section of the swamp. And it's beautiful, particularly around sunrise. Come out here. It almost doesn't feel like Florida. It feels more like somewhere out in the Midwest somewhere. I enjoy it a lot. It's a beautiful place. It's where the sky dominates and not the lush palms and the greenery of the more swampy and dense swampy areas. Something just moved. So let's enjoy a walk in the prairie for a bit. Hey, a lot of folks don't associate Florida with fall colors, and the fall is definitely subtle in Florida. But here is a little grove of sweet gum, and I could already see, if you look here, here's still solid green sweet gums here, but this older one here is already starting to show a little bit of color, and if we get a little bit of a cold snap, it'll be a vivid red. So it's always nice to see that in Florida. The red swamp maples are another beautiful tree that has a lot of fall color, and of course the swamp cypress trees turn into like a golden rusty color, which is really cool, and that's not too far away now. But usually the height of the fall colors in Florida is around Thanksgiving time. But it's weird, I've noticed a lot of acorns on the trees, and I'm seeing already a little bit of color on the trees, so that makes me think it may be a cold winter this year. I'll have to wait and see. Look at this, cool. Got a black racer. Awesome. Really cool. The Forest Service has been clearing out a lot of land here. And it's kind of interesting. You never know what weird stuff you find after, or any weird stuff you find in the woods. It's always weird. But it's all cleared out here. It looks like there's a truck out here. Or what's left of a truck. I mean, you can really see it now that the Forest Service has cleared it out. I think Campfire Steve actually found this in the woods one time, but now it really sticks out. It's just the bed of a pickup truck. Wonder if I could find out the brand on it. But so one thing about the woods, you never know what you're going to find when you're walking around it. Morning time. Always nice to be awakened to the sound of the birds. Time to go home.